My brother stole the god tier looks. So I took super strength and watched the freeze rip him apart. I woke up the day my brother and I both awakened powers at the same time. He grinned and picked insane good looks. I got stuck with super strength. In my last life, Jason used his model level face to slide into rich circles, living like a king. I got hooked on lifting and became the guy everyone called a gym rat. He clowned me hard. You picked strength? What? You gonna eat that? I can make endless cash just off my face. Then the extreme cold snap hit, -100 degrees. The world froze solid. I got recruited into the security squad because of my strength. People looked up to me. Jason went outside one night, froze his lower half, and they had to amputate both legs. When I visited him in the hospital, he slipped something in my drink and stabbed me like a maniac, screaming, "It's your fault. If you hadn't picked strength, I wouldn't be like this." I blacked out from the pain. When I opened my eyes again, I was reborn, right back on the day we chose our powers. Jason reached for the good looks option first. This time I let him take it, and I chose super strength. The second the choice locked in, I felt my body explode with power. Jason bulked up noticeably, but his face stayed average. I grew taller, sharper, and better looking than he ever dreamed. Jason gave me a suspicious look. "Ji Wukuen, the glory is mine this time." I played dumb. "Little bro, what are you even talking about?" He cursed me out and walked off, thinking he'd won again. I looked in the mirror and cracked a wicked smile. "Last life you stabbed me 5 times. This life I'm gonna make you go out the most miserable way possible. Only 1 month left until the extreme cold apocalypse." I didn't waste a second. That same night I sent my resume to every major streaming platform. Because of my new looks, almost everyone came back with an offer. I picked the platform with the highest revenue split and the most freedom. For my very first stream I went live selling down jackets, snow boots, and thermal gloves, stuff you'd only need in deep winter. It was almost April. Everyone at the company thought I'd lost my mind. But I came prepared. I threw on a thick down jacket and showed it off on camera. Even bundled up like a bear, my face still looked clean as hell. The comments exploded. Jackets flew off the shelves in minutes. First stream, massive success. With that first paycheck I rushed out and bought a standalone villa on the outskirts of Chicago. Remote location, barely any neighbors, perfect defensible ground. I told the contractor to replace the outer walls, front gate, and insulation with the best materials money could buy. I lied and said I was turning it into a high-end influencer-themed Airbnb. The crew worked around the clock and finished in 3 days. 3 days later the villa was a fortress. I went home to grab my essentials and walked through the door, and froze. There was a stranger in the house. Jason had his arm around her. "This is my new girlfriend." I glanced at Jason. The six-pack the system gave him had already gone soft and started to sag. He hadn't been hitting the gym at all, too busy falling in love. I walked straight toward my room to pack my things. Jason stepped in front of me and yanked my suitcase. "I'm moving in here with my girlfriend." "Get out." He was way too eager. Something was off. I played it cool and slowly packed my things while he watched nervously. Out of the corner of my eye I could see my old room was already stuffed with his junk. He was scared I'd find whatever he was hiding. This house was left to us by Mom and Dad. "Who are you to tell me to leave?" I smiled, finished packing, and walked out without another word. That same night I moved into the villa and started my second stream. Instant noodles, self-heating hot pots, and energy bars. In the apocalypse, food is everything. I dropped a few edited overseas disaster photos in the comments, and hinted that the weather had been getting unstable lately. My alt account posed as an expert to back me up. Some viewers got spooked. The cart emptied out in seconds. A college kid later posted the original photos and tried to expose me. Returns started flooding in. The stream's rep was torched. I didn't care. With only 2 weeks left until the cold snap, I quit streaming. After the penalty fee I walked away with $500,000. I couldn't waste a single minute. I stocked the villa with everything we would need when the world froze. The extreme cold hit exactly on schedule. -100 degrees. The world started falling apart. I got recruited into the city's emergency security squad because of my super strength. People looked up to me. I became the guy keeping entire neighborhoods alive. Jason froze his lower half outdoors trying to impress his new girlfriend. They had to amputate both legs. He ended up in a hospital bed, crippled and screaming that it was all my fault for not sharing my power with him. I went to visit him one last time. He looked up at me from the bed, eyes full of hate and regret. I leaned down and whispered the same words he once screamed at me while stabbing me. "It's your fault. If you hadn't picked the looks, you wouldn't be like this." Then I walked out and never looked back. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's watching your reborn brother choose the shiny, easy path, and letting the freeze turn him into exactly what he tried to make me. Thanks for listening on Hidden Thread Teller.